Hi, LA Unified family. This is Tanya Ortiz Franklin, your school board member for District 7, here to share a little bit about what our team has done this year in hopes that you will share some feedback about what's gone well, what we can do better next year to make sure we're serving our students, our families, and our staff as best as possible. We shared this in a community conversation on May 24th, and I'm going to give a quick run through of it today. So the board is 7 board members who direct the superintendent, Alberto Carvalho, sitting right there in the middle at this building downtown. If you haven't seen it, this is the dais. The 8 of us work together to make sure that students are fully prepared for college, career, and life. And we do that in a few ways. One thing I wanted to let everyone know is we have a new board member. If you didn't know, Dr. Rivas is now representing Board District 2, and we said goodbye to Ms. Garcia last December. We had some big wins at the district, including some historic labor agreements with our Local 99 SEIU partners. You can see a bit more on the screen here. They represent over 30,000 employees, and we were proud to work alongside them to make sure employees get what they deserve. Same is true for our teachers, our United Teachers Los Angeles agreement, another historic win for our staff to make sure that they are taken care of as they take care of our students. I'm also excited about some class size reduction and further investments in the Black Student Achievement Plan. You might not know, but we have 8 unions in the district, and these are the rest of them, representing our administrators, our buildings and trades, our classified school employees who do lots of different things in the offices and around our buildings, our 2 police office unions, and Teamsters, the supervisors in a lot of places. We have some big goals for our superintendent to achieve, and so this fall we should get some data back. Right now, about 50% of our kids are on track to graduate A through G, C, or better, which means they can choose college. And we want our students to be at 70% of them being able to choose in the next couple of years. So that's a big goal that I'm paying attention to. We're also looking forward to getting student results on our Smarter Balanced assessment in numeracy and early literacy. And at the end of this year, we'll also have some information on how our students are doing with social emotional wellness. A few things from the strategic plan that I'm paying particular attention to is our student achievement by demographic groups. I always like to center those who've been pushed most historically to the margins, and so I look closely at our Black student achievement data, as well as our students with disabilities, English learners, foster youth, and students experiencing homelessness. But I'm looking really closely at all of our BSAP investments and how that's resulting in real gains for kids. I'm also looking closely at staffing and our hiring across the district, making sure every child starts the school year with a credentialed teacher in their classroom. And this was some of our data this past year, looking forward to making sure every class is ready to go come this fall. In case you didn't know, our district budget is about $20 billion with all this additional ESSER federal dollars and state dollars. We did just hear from the governor in May that we're expecting a little bit less than we anticipated this year. It's still about $23,000 per pupil, which is much more than California has seen in quite some time. The district will be doing a budget hearing on June 13th and adopting the budget on June 20th. There are lots of public comment spaces, so please let us know what we should be investing in to make sure we're meeting the needs of your students. The board has several committees. One is the committee of the whole, where we discuss items, but we do not vote. I also sit on the curriculum and instruction committee, procurement and facilities committee, and these others exist, but I am not on them. Board members can only serve on a couple because only 3 board members can be on each committee: family and community engagement, greening schools and climate resilience, and special education. I get to chair the innovation committee, and this year we looked at Black student achievement. We looked at being an employer of choice. We looked at magnet schools and pilot schools, and we looked at mental health and the intervention and prevention for drug use and sales. You can see all of this information on our website, which I will have up at the end. So the board gets to make some local policies in hopes of meeting the needs of our students. Here's a recent board meeting where there were a lot of young activists in the crowd. That picture might have been the same day that we passed the 10-year resolution to commemorate School Climate Bill of Rights, which is another photo here, making sure we're on the path to restorative practices and celebrating our elimination of suspensions for willful defiance, which is sort of a subjective, arbitrary way of kicking kids out of school. We don't do it in LA Unified anymore, and we don't want the state to do it anymore either. I was also proud to co-author Dr. Rivas's first resolution. She invited me to co-sponsor supporting our women and girls and looking more closely at the mental health impacts across our district. I have another resolution coming on June 13th. I hope you'll pay attention to. Last year, we passed a couple big ones. So some updates from last February of 2022. We have more efforts to recruit and retain Black educators, including recruiting at HBCUs, supporting our women, and having a diversity, equity, and inclusion office in human resources. The Arts Justice resolution that came from students last spring of 2022 has finally met with their Arts Council led by young people. The district has done some data analysis, and we're looking forward to lots of art being incorporated this summer of learning. And I can only do good policy if I get to hear from those whose voices I am privileged to amplify. And so family and community engagement is very important to us. We go to Rotary meetings and Chamber of Commerce. We go to neighborhood councils and visit all of our schools, most 2 to 3 times per year. And I try to visit every school at least once per year. We have 175 of them. We also have advisory councils, both for families and for students. And this year, our parents and families encouraged us to have a family engagement expert, a liaison at every school who could help walk families through any concerns they might have. And they advocated with the superintendent, as you see in the photo here, wanting to make sure families get ease of information in every way possible. And our students are advocating for better mental health support and the dress code policy being more culturally responsive. And so we're proud of both of our councils, and I want to appreciate them for amplifying their voices with me in monthly meetings with my team. One other big event we're proud of this year is our college signing day. We do it every year to honor where our seniors are committing to after high school. This is a quick snippet of our April 29th college signing day.
That was April 29th. Do I really have to chart the constellation?
Short video, but we had over 500 seniors announce where they were going to college and careers, and lots of participants at our resource fair. Can't wait to see you there next year. The board is responsible for lots of money going to improve our facilities. So thank you, voters, for approving bond measures that have contributed to several projects, including those that you see on the screen here: secure entry systems, umbrellas and tables, marquees, privacy fencing, all across the district. Again, we have 175 schools in Board District 7, and lots of these projects are occurring over the next few years. We have some, I'm going to skip that one. We have some major and comprehensive modernization projects happening at the schools you see up here: San Pedro, McKinley, 49th, 92nd, 7th Street, South Shores, and Amestoy. These are longer projects, but again, voter approved dollars. Thank you so much for helping to upgrade our facilities in Board District 7. And we find it really important to share with you all what is happening. You see some photos there of press conferences and interviews we've had with local media. We love to share in writing, on TV, and of course on social media. So you'll hear a little bit about that right now. I wrote a commentary this past year on the RSV virus in EdSource. I hope to do more of those where we get to share issues that impact our district. I participated in over 20 media interviews and was quoted in about the same number of news media articles. Again, just trying to communicate with our constituents, and hope to hear from you all if that's helpful or how we can be more helpful. We communicate through newsletters, over 32 distributed this year, with 60,000 people reading them, or at least opening them. We aim to grow our followership on all of our social media platforms, which is Facebook, Instagram, and Twitter. So let us know if we are reaching you, or if there are other ways that we can communicate. These were some of our big hits for the year: the first day of school back, our college signing day, and some best practices on college application season. We also love to amplify the great things happening at our schools. So there are a couple of news articles here. If you see things happening at your schools, be sure to tag us or let us know so we can celebrate all across the district. And with that, I want to thank you for hearing a little bit about what we have been up to this year. I want to encourage you to check out our website, communicate with us via email, phone, social media, and be sure to sign up for our newsletters if you haven't yet. So as requested on this video, if you have feedback, what's gone well, what hasn't gone as well, what can we do better or differently to serve you next year, please do let us know. Thanks so much for taking the time to check out this video.